Hello everyone, I'm Miss Tressy, Faculty, Department of Commerce, Milagres College. Today I'm going to deal with the topic that is important terms in respect of consignment. So, what is consignment? Consignment is nothing but shipment or dispatching of the goods from one place to another, that is from the manufacturer or to the wholesaler uh, till the agent, it reaches to the agent, the dispatchment of the goods. So here the dispatchment of the goods from one person to the another person, so what we call those persons? The first one is consignor and consignee. For example, if we consider the consignment here, Mr. A sends the goods and Mr. B is an agent who receives the goods. The person who will send the goods, we call him as a consignor, where the person who receives the goods, for him we call it as consignee. Here the person who sends the goods or who dispatch the goods, for him we call it as consignor, whereas the person who receives the goods, we call it as an consignee. And the second term, that is performer invoice. Now what is this performer invoice? When a consignor sends the goods, that is when the goods is consigned, that is to the consignee, he does not buy those goods. He merely receives those goods. Here, when the goods has been consigned by the consignor, the consignee does not buy those goods. He only receives those goods on behalf of consignor. On behalf of consignor, he is going to sell those goods. That is, the agent or the consignee will sell those goods. So when these goods has been consigned and when these goods has been received by the consignee, he is going to sell those goods. That's why the consignor does not send him the regular invoice. Instead of that, he is going to send one particular statement. That statement will be called as an performer invoice. In that performer invoice, that will be a statement which will state what is the description, quality, quantity, and at what price the goods has to be sold. These things will be stated in that particular performer invoice. Here, invoice and performer invoice are two different terms. Though it is similar, these are the two different terms. Whereas invoice will be sent by the seller to the buyer to make the payment. It is to demand the payment for whatever goods has been sold. Whereas an performer invoice, on the request of the buyer, the consignor will send the statement regarding price, quality, quantity before dispatching the goods. These are the similarities between the performer invoice and the invoice. And the third point, commission. So here, commission is nothing but a certain amount will be given on whatever the sale has been made by the agent or the consignee. So commission is divided into three parts, or categorized into three parts. In that, first one is simple commission. Simple commission. It is nothing but on whatever sale he has made, that is the agent has made, on that certain fixed amount will be given to the agent or the consignee. Second one, del credere commission. So this del creditor commission, nothing but when the goods are sold, it might be on credit basis or cash basis. When the goods are sold on the credit basis, it is not sure that he will receive all the payment. That is, agent or the consignor is going to receive all the payments. Here he may not pay. The debtor may not pay all the amount. At that time, the risk, whatever bad debts is there, that should be borne by the consignor. So in order to avoid this risk, here the consignor will give an extra amount, that is extra commission, to bear that risk or the bad debts to the consignee. That we call it as del creditor commission. And the next one, third point, that is special commission. Now this special commission is nothing but over and above the simple commission, an extra commission will be given to the consignee in order to push the sales or increase the sales. Whatever that extra commission will be given, that we call it as special commission. So these are the three types of commission. And the next term, that is consignment stock. Consignment stock. If all the goods has been received by the consignee from the consignor, and these are not sold by the consignee within the accounting period, then those unsold goods will be called as an consignment stock. If all the goods has been received by the consignee from the consignor, and whatever goods has been unsold, that is within the accounting period, that goods we call it as consignment stock. Next term is recurring expenses and non-recurring expenses. These expenses are incurred mostly after the goods has been received in the go down, that is consignee's go down. So these expenses are incurred quite often, or it is regular in nature, we can say. For example, bank charges or discount charges on the discounting bills, or insurance rents, go down rent, or commission brokerage. Such kinds of expenses are recurring expenses. And non-recurring expenses are those expenses merely it will appear only once. It is not in recurring nature. It is not the repetitive one. For example, dock duties, import charges, octroi, loading charges. These are the examples for non-recurring expenses. And the next term, that is loss of goods on sent on consignment. Loss of goods sent on consignment. So what is this loss of goods sent on consignment? Merely when the goods is sent to the agent, at that time some loss might occur in the consignment. That might be because of transit or carelessness. Such losses is categorized into two types. That is, one is normal loss and abnormal loss. So when goods are lost or damaged due to the normal expected, but it is unavoidable causes such as evaporation, leakage, or weightage, drying, etc. So these are the examples for normal losses. Whereas abnormal losses, these losses are arised due to the unnatural or unexpected causes such as fire or earthquake, war, theft. These are the examples for the abnormal loss. The next term, that is consignment of goods at invoice price. Very oftenly, goods are consigned by the consignor to the consignee at a price higher than the cost price. The goods has been consigned by the consignor to the consignee at a price where more than the cost price. That cost price will call it as invoice price. When the goods has been sent on invoice price, here the consignee should not sell those goods below the price. Whatever price has been stated in the invoice price, below that he should not sell those goods without the permission of the consignor. So these are the important terms in respect of consignment. Thank you.